Morning. Good morning. All right, I'm on a rain delay. It's raining. It's raining out there, so I'm on a rain delay this morning. Good morning, Heather. It's raining here in Watertown, and I'm on a rain delay. So my plan is once there's a window, stops raining for a little bit, I'll run out there with my sign and go back at it for day 5. All right. I have a plan. I'm just gonna go every day. Um, Whenever weather permitting. So right now I'm on a rain delay, and it's supposed to give me a clear up later this afternoon. Um, so okay, I've been going early, so now I'll go later. So I'm gonna go back to the square tomorrow. So I'm gonna tell Cuomo I'm not buying it. I'm not buying it. I mean, hope nobody else is falling for all this fear propaganda, new world order stuff. All right. And let me tell you about the 4 days, the previous 4 days that I've been down on the square because I haven't been able to talk a little bit. Oh, I have been able to, just that I haven't. I've just been busy. So, for the most part, people's reactions, I get a lot of people turns. I got a lot of people giving me a thumbs up. I got a lot of people talking smack about Cuomo, and I have a lot of pictures and video. So there's been a lot of pictures and video of people going by, taking my picture and stuff, and so that response has been really good. So for every 10 good responses, I've had at least 2 people split me off, make threats. So overall, it was received pretty good. Um, but people just ain't getting it. Now here's something else that people are. So I'm out there with a Cuomo, and I guess I'm a little more well known than I thought. I'm a little bit more well known than I thought because people are yelling at me. Like there's a few people that were as I don't know who they were. I don't know who they were, but they're driving by saying Earth is round. They're saying the Earth is round, and I'm like, no, it isn't. So and then there was a few people that drove by and were saying gay pride. And I don't know who they were, but they knew who I was. So even though I'm out there with a Cuomo sign, people are driving by and saying flat earth or like the LGBTQ, we don't want the flag. There's a lot of people who don't want the flag being flown. So those people are driving by and yeah, like, and I'm out there with a Cuomo sign. So people know me a little, and I don't know who they are. Like, so they must have seen me on Facebook or something. I don't know. So, so hey, the word's getting out what I say. So that's cool because I wondered if, a Cuomo sign or whatever. But because of what's going on, I needed to hit the head with that sign. But people are knowing that, hey, that's the flat earth guy. That's the flat earth guy. Now, they're going by or saying, hey, the earth is round. But hey, either way, when you see me, I'm the flat earth guy because I've had like the first day I was out, or was it the second day? There's this guy that standing on the other side of the road arguing with me about the earth being flat or round. And I don't know who he was, But cool. So when people see me, um, the kind of tell, well, it's whatever you can afford. I'll be honest with you. It's whatever you can afford. Whatever has a better optical zoom. An optical zoom is when you can adjust it where it goes in and out. You know that, right? Optical versus a digital zoom. So the better your optical zoom and and focal lenses, you know, this one's a cheap one. You know, you could probably pick this model up probably $60 or less. So it's whatever you want. I mean, trust me, you get what you pay for. This is so, and but it does work. Yeah, optical zoom. Optical zoom is way better than digital zoom. So I got this one for this is a free one. I got this thing for free. My brother, he gets a hold of me one day and say, "Hey man, I got a scope brand new in the box and it's in the garage and it's been there. No one's touched it for like 10 years." I'm like, 10 years? He's like, "Oh, maybe 8 years." He's like, "It's back when I got married." I'm like, "Really?" I'm like, "You got a brand new telescope in a box?" Well, right now you're gonna have to do mine probably. I mean, check Craigslist, check a used one. I mean, check a used one. Hi, Rosha. So watching Roku. You're watching me on Roku on YouTube, right? That's how it works. Stuff. I I went out and fancied myself a laptop for the first time last summer. All right. I I got a smart, oh, not a smart TV, but it's a flat TV, but there's only just a DVD player hook up to it. I don't even have a TV antennas or nothing. It's hooked up to watch TV or nothing. So keep up the good work. Listen, I'm on a rain delay. It's a rain delay right now, so I'm on a rain delay, and it's supposed to clear up a little bit this later this afternoon. And when it does, I'll run down to the square because I'm making a statement. Okay, um, people are talking. Like I went to the store. It's happened every time. Every time I go to the store, it happens. But like, I just went to the store yesterday, and the owner was in there. He's like, "Hey man, people in here talking to you down there on the square. What's your sign?" I'm like, "Yeah, I was down there again today, which was yesterday. So that would have been day four." He's like, "Yeah, man, people are so." He always tells me, the store owner over here, he always tells me how famous I am. I'm like, he's like, "You're famous, man. You're famous." I'm like, I'm not. I'm locally known, maybe locally known, but it's weird. Let's put it that way. I'm. It's weird that people are knowing who I am and I don't know who they are. That's weird. I don't know if anybody else has been through that before. People who know your name and know about my channel, but I don't know who they are. It's kind of weird. Yeah. Well, anyway, my this was my brother. He gave it to me. He's like, "Yeah, man, I got a brand new one." I was like, I couldn't believe it. This thing was 10 years old, sitting brand new, wrapped in the plastic. Everything's there. Assembled. I had to assemble this whole thing, and then yeah, I couldn't believe it. For 10 years, this thing sat unused, and then he was gonna try to sell it to me, but he seen that I liked it so much, he just gave it to me. So Hi, good morning. Hi, Charity. I'm on a rain delay this morning. It's raining out, and I'm just gonna wait till later. I'm just gonna wait till later. I'm on a since we got a few people in here, and let me just. I no longer have a PayPal. I no longer have a PayPal. They said that using their service correctly, which I don't understand. I post a link and then I have a card that's connected to that they set up, right? So I don't know if PayPal, because it said they reviewed my account or they reviewed it, and either flat Earth or the Cuomo virus, or people are turning me in and reporting me, and or whatever people are doing, because it seems like people are going out of their way to like get me in trouble and hurt me and stop. Why would anybody try to, like, the governor already took everybody else's money away? So anyway, I don't have that PayPal no more. Um, it's funny. It's funny. No, I don't have the PayPal no more. Yeah. So anyway, I don't now. There wasn't that much money left on the card, but anyway, but still. Anyway, I have yeah, the PayPal is gone. Yeah, PayPal is gone. They don't want to do business with me. They said they don't want to do business with Flat Earth, Watertown, New York. Okay, I mean, whatever, whatever. So, I mean, okay. No, they didn't. They just gave. They didn't even tell me what I did. They didn't even like say this is what happened and this is why. They didn't even like tell me. All I said is sent me a thing saying we no longer want to do business with you. You violated some policy, and that was it. And I was like, where's the policy? Tell me. And there was nowhere I could find where it told me. So yeah, well, you know what? A lot of people. Here's the whole thing. As long as I've had it, everybody's told me how much problems there was. Was it? Well, now they finally got me. So what I did was set up. Oh yeah. So I set up a Patreon. So that's set up. I've been putting a Patreon account in the comments. Now, Patreon, I want to smack Patreon. Has anybody seen the number associated with my Patreon account in the comments? When you go to the comment section of my last few videos, I'm really pissed off. I hate this. It starts out with a 33. So my Patreon link starts out 33. I'm like, what the hell? I wonder if they did that on purpose. Stupid friggers. But anyway, that pisses me off that that my Patreon that I set up, the numbers start with the 33. So I don't know. I don't even know if it works. So I don't even nobody's signed up over there to Patreon or however. I don't even know how it works. So even if I did get a donation, I don't even know how I was supposed to like spend it or how could I? I don't even know. Uh, it's set up, so I don't know. I never used it before. This is everything like this is new to me. So, does anybody have any experience with Patreon? Has anybody um, know anything about it because somebody told me I should get it, and then I got it. It's so weird, right? As soon as I set up, as soon as I set up my Patreon account, like it was like the next day that my PayPal got banned. Yeah, me either. But the only thing is like there's other channels, like there's other bigger channels, I guess, use it that I see. Um, but yeah, I think about it. But it's just a since my PayPal's gone, I set up the Patreon. So we'll see how it goes. You know what I mean? So we'll see how that goes. It's set up. So whatever. But you know what? You know what? God is pretty good because God must have already seen this coming because I set up a different avenue with Patreon. And on top of that, a friend of mine helped me out twice this week. And I can't believe it. Like, wow. Like, a friend of mine, he's helped me out a couple times this week. And you know what's funny is like, let me talk about how I got helped out. So I tell my friend Dawn about, hey man, my buddy helped me out, and whatever. And she goes, "You must have done something today," because it was the same day, like the first day. The first day I went out and started flying the sign about fake news. She goes, "This is so crazy." She tells me, she goes, "Donnie, you've done something today that you put the energy out there, and that's why you got helped out like that today." I'm like, right. I'm like, holy smokes. I spent 3 hours flying a sign on the square on the first day. You know what I mean? And then out of the blue, a friend of mine comes over and he knows and he helps me out. Oh shit! Holy smokes, man! Oh, so it comes out monthly, and I can set the limits. Okay. See, I had to look more into this thing. Now, here's the whole thing. If somebody did donate the dollar or whatever they donated, when or how and how would I spend that money? It took me months. It took me months to figure out how to get a card through PayPal. It took me a long time to figure that out. It was several months before I had a card associated with my account. Yeah, I don't know how it works. Business expenses with so it's like official. That thing sounds like it takes a record. See, this is what I mean about digital currency. Digital currency is so complicated. Jeez, man. Listen, that PayPal account with that card, it was my first debit card That was my card in like 10 years. That PayPal debit card that was associated with the account. That was my first debit card in 10 years. So I'm not used to this digital currency and stuff and apps and all this stuff. Like people has loaded their phones with apps, right? Their phone people's got a bunch of apps on their phone, right? They got an app for this, they got an app for that. That's my apps. All right. Well, I guess the PayPal can come off there now. Oh, it's already off there. All right. So I don't really have that many apps. So anyway, I got that Patreon set up, and we'll see how that thing goes, I guess, and figure that out goes. Because I did the same thing with the PayPal. I set it up and just figured it out as I went. I don't know. Flat Earth says block people in chat. Well, I don't know. Well, if you want to sub to people, just click on their picture and then sub to them. That's the easiest way to do it. Um, really, just click on it. What's going on with everybody else? So, so everybody just like they moved that option yesterday. They did? Yeah, there's been some funny stuff going on. Listen, funny stuff is going on my phone. Like there's a bunch of stuff my phone changed. All right. My phone's been going through Mandela where things are changing. All right. I've noticed with my YouTube and stuff, like things are changing. Is anybody else experiencing things with their phone? Perfect example. I can no longer get my notifications in the top. I can't even like click on this. I can't even click on this to drag all this down to get more notifications. That stopped working like the other. And there's a bunch of different stuff that I noticed. Really? So when you click on somebody's, uh-oh. Social distancing on YouTube is what they're getting us for. I've never heard of any of those channels. So Flat Earth says, never heard of any of those channels. Yeah, I've never heard of those. What? Yeah, I can't click on nobody's stuff. What? Is that just live chat or does that for the comments too? Yeah, but I've never heard of those channels. I'm new to this internet stuff, people. All right. This internet stuff, all right. So apparently, maybe not. I'm already subscribed. Okay. So apparently, if you still, so yeah, you can't. You can't do it on live chat anymore. But if you make a comment in the comment section, apparently you can still click on them, go to their profile. Oh, I hear you, Flat Earth. I hear you, Flat Earth. I just don't know. I just don't know. I've never heard of them channels. No, D Live, Brighton, Bit, and 153 News. I mean, it seems like my channel would die if I went over them. I never even heard of it. Like, if, I couldn't even tell anybody about them channels. Nobody even knows what they are. Father of Help. Okay, I'm learning something. All right, so I'm learning some stuff here. Well, thank you, Flat Earth, for bringing up to my attention. No longer click on people's and go to their channels. That's stupid. Oh, we have to do another channel. Listen, I can barely get working. I'm barely got this channel going. I'd make another YouTube channel. Does that mean I need another account and all this other stuff? Jeez, I don't got time for that. I don't know, man. Why can't I just have a channel? I double views, double different. I don't know. Are you kidding me? You know how long it's taking me to get 389 subscribers? It's taken me a long time to get 389 subscribers. But hold on, I'm gonna grab something to drink real quick. Got some orange juice, and I'm grabbing a cigarette. I can figure out what to do. I don't know, man. Like, okay, so so I don't feel like going to get a cup. So I drink right from the jug. I live by myself, so I don't have to worry about my orange juice with anybody. So no cup for the orange juice. I'm drinking right from the jug. Yep. I live by myself, so I can drink from the jug. So it says put the link in what link? I don't have another channel. And first off, I wouldn't even know how to make a new channel. You just told me to make a new channel, and I don't even know how to do that. I've been trying to figure out how to change my profile picture for months, and I haven't figured that out. But okay, I hear what you're saying. All right, so I got to figure that out. All right, so a second channel. All right, I'll make a second channel, but I figured out how to do it. I just figured out how to make one channel. I figured out how to make one channel, and I haven't even grown this one to 1,000 yet. So, all right, I'll figure it out. Well, anyway, let's go check the local news. I'm gonna go check the local news, the Watertown breaking news, and around here, people check News Junkie. So let's go see what this is all about. Oh, Governor Cuomo's giving his update. Oh, look at that. Look at the results. It says we got 42 in my. I live in Jefferson County. All right, I live in Jefferson County. They say we got 42 people with it. Come on. This is worse than 9/11 because 9/11 was only on TV for like weeks. This Corona has been on over a month. We've had a Corona television event. This is what it is, the Corona television, everybody. The Corona television event. Yeah, right on. Right on, Zoe. Philippians 4:13-19, or 4:13 and 19. Yeah, I'm just going through the news on News Junkie, see what kind of crap they're saying, what kind of dumb, stupid stuff. Oh, talking about birth over at the hospital. And there's all the infected counties in New York. They're telling everybody they're infected. Everybody's infected. You want to see the weather I'm dealing with here? This is the look at these numbers. That's the weather. It's not good. Our forecast looks crappy. That's a crappy forecast. Okay, Charity says I should watch the latest video that she posted. Okay. All right. It's over 80. Wow. Gee. Over 80 already. Oh. It's 56. Yeah, it's cold right now here. Maybe lucky if it's 40 out right now. So I'm going to charities.
Hi, everybody. It is April 9, 2020. This will be a short video, but I need to share what two doctors have said about new guidelines from the CDC. This is Dr. Sherry Tenpenny. Current tests don't prove COVID-19. Mass panic should stop. She says, essentially, I had said in a video, not myself, but read excerpts of an article where they are not tested for COVID-19. They have no tests for COVID-19. And we all, pretty much all of us, have coronavirus within ourselves. So we could test positive, but be asymptomatic and be fine. Never have this COVID-19, not even develop a cold or the flu. Okay, so I want you to listen to Sherry Tenpenny and what she has to say at 11:53.
They are, and here's the new recommendations from the CDC. That is starting to spread across the state, because I just got a notification from I live in Ohio, I live in Cleveland, Ohio, and I just got a notification from the Ohio State Medical Board, who gets, sending out updates. And one of the updates was about how to document a death certificate. And the CDC's new recommendation, if someone is in the hospital with a respiratory issue and they die, even if you have not tested them, or you did test them and they were not positive, you were supposed on the death certificate, COVID-19 is a comorbidity.
Isn't this hugely duplicitous?
That's the nicest word I could come up with. Yes.
That goes without saying, right? I mean, is it like an open deception?
It's an open deception. It came right straight to the medical board that said, even if you suspect that it was COVID-19, put COVID-19 on the death certificate. Well, everybody's index is really high right now, so it would get written down. So what that's doing is driving the numbers to maintain the agenda.
Correct. I'm so glad you put it in just those terms, because that precisely is what a lot of us are actually seeing. The numbers appear to be bumped up, and what that means is it keeps churning, right?
That's exactly what it does.
Okay, I will link below to everything. Very, very good interview.
Cool. Hey, I want to play. This was on Nathan Thompson's, and I want to play this. This is from a doctor from New York City, and what he has to say about this virus and how the treatments are killing people. The treatments are killing people. So I'm over on Nathan Thompson's, and it's called New York ICU Doctor Blows the Whistle. So you see that one? This is on Nathan Thompson. I'm about to play this one. Everybody, you need to listen to what this doctor has to say.
This is Dr. Cameron Kyle Seidel, ER and critical care doctor from New York City. 9 days ago, I opened an intensive care for the sickest COVID positive patients in this city. In these 9 days, I have seen things I have never seen before. In treating these patients, I have witnessed medical phenomenon don't make sense in the context of treating a disease that is supposed to be a viral pneumonia. 9 days ago, I presumed I was opening an intensive care unit to treat patients with a virus causing a pneumonia that was ravaging lungs across the world, starting out as something mild, a cough, a sore throat, and progressively increasing until ultimately ending in something called acute respiratory distress syndrome, or ARDS. This is the paradigm that every hospital is working under. This is the disease, ARDS, that every hospital is preparing to treat. And this is the disease, ARDS, for which in the next 6 weeks, 100,000 Americans might be put on a ventilator. And yet, everything I've seen in the last 9 days, all the things that just don't make sense, that in front of me, the lungs I'm trying to improve, have led me to believe that COVID-19 is not this disease, and that we are operating under a medical paradigm that's untrue. In short, I believe we are treating the wrong disease, and I fear that this misguided treatment will lead to a tremendous amount of harm to a great number of people in a very time. As New York City appears to be about 10 days ahead of the country, I feel compelled to get this information out. COVID-19 lung disease, as far as I can see, not a pneumonia and should not be treated as one. Rather, it appears as if some kind of viral induced disease, most resembling high altitude. It is as if tens of thousands of my fellow New Yorkers are on a plane at 30,000 feet and the cabin pressure is slowly being let out. These patients are slowly being oxygen. I have seen patients dependent on oxygen take off their oxygen and quickly progress through a state of anxiety and emotional distress and eventually get blue face. And while they look like patients absolutely on the brink of death, they do not look like patients dying of pneumonia. I have never been a mountain climber, and I do not know conditions at base camp below the highest peaks in the world. But I suspect that the patients I'm seeing in front of me look most like as if someone was dropped off on the top of Mount Everest without time to acclimate. I don't know the final answer of this disease, but I'm quite sure that a ventilator is not. That is not to say that we don't need ventilators. We absolutely need them. They are the only way at this time that we're able to give a little more oxygen.
Yeah, charity.
If we need it. But when we treat people with ARDS, we typically use ventilators to treat what's called a respiratory failure. That is a ventilator to do the work that the patient's muscles can no longer do because they're too tired to do it. These patients' muscles work fine. I fear that if we're using a false paradigm to treat a new disease, that the method that we program the ventilator, one based on a notion of respiratory failure as opposed to oxygen failure, that this method, and there are a great many number of methods we can use with the ventilator, but this method being widely adopted at this very moment in every hospital, which aims to increase pressure on the lungs in order to open them up, is actually doing more harm than good. And that the pressure we are providing, that we are providing to lungs, we may be providing to lungs that cannot stand it, that cannot take it, and that the ARDS that we are seeing, that the whole world is seeing, may be nothing more than caused by the ventilator. Now, I don't know the final answer to this disease. I do sense that we will have to use ventilators. We will have to use a great number of ventilators, and we need a great many number of ventilators, but I sense that we can use them in a much safer way, in a much safer method. That method challenges long-held dogmatic beliefs within the medical community and among lung specialists, which will not be easy to overcome. But I really believe that they must be overcome. There are hundreds of thousands of lungs in this country at risk, and the time to overcome them is now. I'm confident that if those of us that work bedside with these patients, those of us who are witnessing the things that we have never seen before, despite the many years we have worked in thousands of patients and diseases we have seen, if we can effectively communicate this to all those that are so important but who are not bedside, the researchers, administrators, those who procure our resources and make our protocols, the politicians, our own government, if we are able to convince them that this is a disease different than anything we have ever seen, I'm confident that an answer can be found, that effective treatments can be discovered, and that a plan to disseminate that treatment will be deployed, and that tens of thousands and probably hundreds of thousands of lives and lungs will be protected. The time for this is now. We are in a future in which a great many of our fellow Americans are going to suffer, not to mention people all around the world. For those who will not suffer from this disease, from the terrible human cost of this disease, for those who will not lose a family member or a friend, and there will be a great many number of people who will lose close to them. But for those who don't, they are still going to suffer from the great economic cost of COVID-19. We are all involved. So I urge you, for those of us, if you are out there, for those who work bedside, I urge you to speak up. We can. I thank you all for listening. Please spread the message and stay safe.
So that was a doctor down in New York City. Uh-oh. Maybe I got it. I'm going to show you. I was watching another video. It was either Russian vids or Call for an Uprising. It was one of the two. It was probably Russian vids. But I took a screenshot of this. Does anybody know that? I don't know video games, but there's a video called Tom Clancy. There's a video called Tom Clancy, or a video game. All right. And this in the game. So when you're playing this video game, look what it says right on the wall. The virus is a hoax. Look. See, the virus is a hoax. You see that? This is a video game. Tom Clancy video game. See, it says the virus is a hoax. That's a Tom Clancy video game. And there's another one. It said it a couple times. Let me get the other picture. The other one's a little harder to see, but you still able to see it. It's right above the red spray paint. You see it? The virus is a hoax. It's right above the red spray paint. It says the virus is a hoax. This is the Tom Clancy video game. This is a Tom Clancy thing here. Now, I don't even know how to play this game. I don't even know what system this is on. I don't even know what game system that's on. But this is what they're doing. The folks. So, yeah. So I took a screenshot of it so I could show everybody the virus is a hoax. So Charity says, what hospital does that guy speak out of? Hold on. Let me find out. Let me find out what hospital is. If it's not on the video, I want to know where to look it up. So let me see where this. Here. Uh,
This is Dr. Kim. I'm Kyle Sedell, ER and critical care doctor from New York City. 9 days ago, I opened an
well, he so far doesn't mention what hospital he's in. He doesn't mention, and nor does it say. So all he says he's a doctor in New York City. So I don't know where this doctor, what one he's in. So I mean, bam. I mean, you guys want to know? You guys want to know if this is a hoax? Does everybody want to know? Tom Clancy knows. All right. Tom Clancy knows this is a hoax. This is a video game. Look at this video game. The virus is a hoax. So there you go. I believe this was from Russian vids. I was watching, I think it was Russian video like years ago. Right. People die every day. 100% of them have trouble breathing. Right. So if anybody wants mayor, so if anybody wants to call my city and my mayor, see, these are the phones you can call and help and tell these politicians. All right, you tell my local politicians this is their phone numbers. So there's the mayor's number. He's got his cell phone down there too. So that's the mayor's and the councilors phone numbers. So if anybody wants to reach out and call these people, right? I need help. They need to hear from just more than me. So see what else we got. Optimistically cynical. All right. Well, that's not good. So, of course, most of us already know this. All right. Most of us already know this, but there's the Hebrew model of the earth. So, if there's anybody watching that doesn't know about flat earth, this is what we know that we live in. Water's above. All right. And there's all the scripture that proves in scripture, but we have real science. We have the real science. All right. We got the real science over here. Now, besides the land missing in the middle, this is a pretty good representation that we know there's a lot of land missing, but that's pretty cool. If anybody wants to check the World Land Bridge, just type in the World Land Bridge, find the website. So that's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. It's a meme I made. The pyramid. Shoot. Oh, I love this one. I love this meme. I'm not on Facebook. I'm not on Facebook anymore, but I used to make memes. I like this meme. Sodom and Gomorrah. I'm just bored going through the pictures in my phone. I like this one. Kid made that. This is my favorite one. And that. I mean that one. Sometimes I feel like Forrest Gump, man. I swear, man. This was old now. I got to change the years on it. But All right, so there, we'll just do a meme show. Yeah, I don't know how to. So is in his view. Yeah. Talking about the New York City doc. I made before I got kicked off Facebook over a post I made. I made this meme because I make fun of everything, so I was like making fun of because I put up a a very controversial Facebook post, and then I decided it would be funny because everybody knows that this guy, everybody's been shitting on him, but I made a really bad Facebook post, and then I made this one afterwards. To me, that's funny as shit. I don't care if you get my humor or not. I think it's funny. But I was like, after I made the post that got me banned. But anyway, I'm just going through my phone because I'm bored, just showing you different stuff. That doesn't really mean anything. Oh, here's something also. I don't know if you could read this. This is out of a Dean Koontz book. This is out of a Dean Koontz book, but it says right down here, it says in around 2020, a severe like illness will spread throughout the globe. This is out of a Dean Koontz book, right? And it says around 2020, a severe pneumonia-like illness will spread throughout the globe. And this is look predictive programming, everybody. All right. So have no fear. We all know this is a hoax. All right. We all know this is a hoax. So this is a Tom Clancy video game. Look at that. Tom Clancy. It says right there. The virus is a hoax. This is a video game. That Dean Koontz stuff, yeah, it's crazy, right? Yeah. So people already know about it. And if anybody has the Illuminati game, if anybody has that Illuminati game, about the virus in that game too. So it's one of their cards they're going to play. So everybody, so we know it's a hoax. It's a hoax. And then the Dean Koontz, right down there, in around 2020, severe pneumonia-like illness from this book. The island, I don't know. All right, so that's going to be it for today right now for live. And I'm going to wait. I'm on a rain delay. I'm waiting for the rain to stop so I can go back to the square today with my sign. Because today's, so I want to go today. I want to go tomorrow. So anyway, that's good enough for today for live. I'm going to go get some lunch. Time to eat some lunch. So everyone's coming by. If you can, hit up that Patreon so I can figure out how it works. You're absolutely right, beginning to see. He says, in my opinion, this whole killer virus charade is nothing less than tyranny hidden behind a mask of public safety. It's all a hoax. Right on. He's right. That's exactly what's going on. Right? It's tyranny hidden behind a mask of public safety. Right. All right, everybody. See everybody later.